Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about English SDK for Apache Spark. This English SDK is very recently introduced by Databricks on the Data and AI Summit. This SDK provides us the opportunity to analyze or work on any data frames using the plain text English language. In this video, I am just trying to utilize this specific utility to do the analysis on top of my certification data. Without further ado, let's go and see how this works. Recently, I reached the 80x certification milestone. So far I wrote lot of certification exams and I got to this extent of 80x certifications. So what I am trying to do here, it is like using the certification data, how I can bring the insights. My certification data. To provide you an idea about my certification data, whenever I sit for any certification exam, I used to capture the data in the form of this Excel sheet. If you see this Excel sheet, there are a lot of parameters or lot of columns are there. So it starts with certification issuing authority. For example, let's take CKA, which is the Certified Kubernetes Administrator. The authority which is issuing the certification is Linux Foundation, and the specific technology which it talks about is Kubernetes. It falls under the skill called DevOps. Exam date is the date on which I sat for the exam, and expiry date is the date on which the exam is going to expire. Is active is the flag which I am maintaining to understand which are all the records which are currently active. This is a kind of SCD type 2 data where I am storing the is active flag. To explain it in more detail, if you see this record of SnowPro Core certified, say I wrote the exam, I started this exam on 7th of April 2020 and I cleared the exam. The exam validity is for 2 years, which is supposed to expire on 7th of April 2022. So what I did again on 6th of April 2022, I sat for this exam and I passed this exam, which recertified my exam to 6th of April 2024. In this case, this is going to be the same exam record. So what I did, I make the isActive flag as no to the older record and I am keeping the isActive as yes for the newer record. By doing this way, I am not at all deleting any of the records in my historic data. Whenever I am passing, I am recertifying the exam, I will just make this flag as no and I will insert the new record with this flag as yes. And then the exam type, it talks about whether it's a practice based exam or multiple choice based exam. Exam level talks about whether it's an advanced exam or an foundational level exam or an intermediate type exam. Exam time in minutes talks about how much time which I spend for that specific exam, not the exact learning time. It is the time which I spent while writing the exam. And then the exam result as well. I am very much interested to see what are all the exams which I passed and what are all the exams which I failed. So this is how my certification data looks like. I keep on adding the details to the certification data. Whenever I clear some exam or fail some exam, whatever happens, I am keep on adding this data. Now, with this context, what I am trying to do is using this certification data, I am trying to get the insights. I am having these questions in my mind for a longer duration of time, say starting from how many total number of exams I wrote so far and how many certifications are active now, and then how many number of certifications I did per each year. I'm just interested to see and graph on top of that. Say like active certifications based on certification issuing authority, technology, skill, exam type, exam level, all these things. Total time which I spent for the exam so far, and how many exams I passed, how many exams I failed, what are all the exams which I failed, how many recertifications I did so far, and then what are all the exams which are going to expire in currently in next 3 months, 6 months and 1 year. This will help me to understand, and I will try to prepare for those exams as soon as possible. Show me the count of exams which are going to expire in the coming years. It is like an again a chart based approach which I wanted to see what is the total number of exams which are going to expire on upcoming years, and then what are all the certifications which are expired and not renewed. That's the idea here. To do that, as I already mentioned, I am using my certification data along with the English SDK for Spark, meaning I am just trying to pull the insights using plain English language, and then I am trying to get the details for it. So now I am just taking you through this thing. It's as I already mentioned, the English SDK for Apache Spark is the open source project from Databricks. Here it's very simple as it is. It's a pip install. You can pip install this specific SDK, and then using the OpenAI keys. If you are having OpenAI API key, you can directly use it. There are multiple ways by which you can use. If you are having Azure OpenAI keys, you can use those things as well, depending upon your API keys. Behind the scenes, it is using LLMs. It's a generative AI technology. Hope many of you are aware of. Else case, I will create a new video for generative AI as well. So behind the scenes, it is using all large language models, so-called large language models, and then it is bringing us the corresponding SQL statements for the given English statement. So to put it in a context, I will be adding this link along with this video so that you can go through this GitHub page. Here, if you can see, predominantly in this approach, I am going to use df.ai.transform. This is the one. So using the plain English, we can generate the insights. I will take you through that. And I wrote a detailed blog about all these things, whatever the code which I used so far for this specific lab approach. I'm adding all this code in here. So you can very well utilize this code from this blog post. Again, I will be adding this blog post link to this video. Now I'm coming to the practical part of it. I'm just taking you to show through the complete set of things whatever which we discussed so far. So for the initial approach, I just initiated the Spark session, and then I am just loading my certification data into the cert_df, which is the data frame in the Spark context. I am just taking my input file, and then I'm just loading it into this cert_df. So if I do the cert_df.show, it will show me the complete records, all the records it will show it to me. Now it's time to start. So I'm just trying to bring in the insights. For the first question, what is the total number of exams I wrote so far, and what are all the total number of certifications which are active now? So in this context, if you see a.transform, I'm just giving the context in the English language. Give me the total number of certifications, exams written so far, and count of certifications achieved so far. When I execute this, automatically it will hit the LLM and it will generate the SQL statement for you. So this is the SQL statement. I'm just pushing it into the cert count df data frame, and then I'm just showing it. So total of 95 exams I wrote so far, and out of which 80 exams are active. Correct. More or less it is giving me the correct results. Now my idea, it is like I'm just trying to understand the total number of certifications which I did per specific year. For that, this is my prompt. We used to call these things as prompt in the generative AI context. So all are in English. Give me the total number of certification exams written based on year. In the current dataset, exam date field is a string variable in the format of ddmmyyyy. Exam year must be the first column. So when I fire it against the LLM, it gives me this results. It's like starting from my 2012 till 2023, what are all the total count of exams which I wrote so far for the year. To give more insights, I'm just plotting it using Plotly. This will be very useful for me to understand it. To simply put it together, 2022 is the year on which I wrote maximum of 28 certification exams. So this is the plot. Simply I can visualize these things and try to do. So 2023 is, I'm having 23 exams so far. Let me try to hit this 28 mark. We will see how it goes. Now I'm moving on to the third question. It's like the set of questions are dependent on the same category. It is like I'm just trying to plot the things based on different sets. First thing, it is about certification issuing authority. So if you see that, it's like I'm just again plotting it. So Azure is the Microsoft Azure is the maximum certification issuing authority, and then AWS stands with 12. Similarly, all these things are getting plotted here. So now I'm just trying to do based on technology. If I do based on technology, again I'm just plotting it here. Again, Azure stands first, and then Kubernetes with 10, and then Databricks with 8, and then Snowflake with 7, and so on and so forth. Now I'm just trying to do it based on the skill here. So skill in the sense, I'm very confident that I did more of data engineering based exams here. That is evident from this 27 related exams based on data engineering and 20 exams based on DevOps. That's how it spans around. Data warehousing is 7, networking is 5, cloud basics is 4, data science is 4, solutions architecture is 4, and so on and so forth. Now I'm just trying to do the same sort of understanding for the exam type. Here, as I already mentioned, practice based and multiple choice based, I'm just plotting it. So when I plot it, 56 exams are multiple choice and 24 exams are practical based. And then again, using the exam type of whatever intermediate, advanced, and foundational, here it is getting represented. So maximum of exams is on the intermediate level, 38 exams on intermediate level, 25 exams are foundational, only 17 exams are advanced. Going to the other aspects, I'm just interested to see how much time which I spent for the complete exam. So with respect to the hours and days, this is returning me this results. I spent around close to 180 hours on the exam, and which is close to 7.5 days. Interesting to know. Now, so far you are seeing I never ever wrote any single programming code here. No SQL, nothing. Only through English language I am trying to bring the insights. So all is prompt engineering, simple as is. Now I'm just trying to understand what is the total number of passed exams and total number of failed exams. So far out of 95 exams, 93 are passed, 2 exams are failed. So I wanted to know what are all the exams which I got failed. So Teradata 12 certified master, twice I failed this specific exam. It was a hard exam. Now, I am going to ask some complicated questions to LLM. Let's see how it behaves. I want to know recertifications which I did so far. This is not an easy question. Based on my data set, as I already mentioned, it is a SCD type 2 data set where I am having all the historic records maintained. So this question can be answered out of it. So my prompt is bit detailed. Show me the exams which are recertified, appeared more than once so far. Ensure you are using past certifications alone. Please show the row number and the certification name alone in the result. So while executing this prompt against the LLM, it is giving me very proper response. So the SQL which is getting generated is also very proper. Yes, it is very true. As I already shown, Snow Pro Core is one of the exams which I rewrote. Apart from that, many of the AWS exams I rewrote again, and then it's like Databricks certified Lakehouse fundamentals is also a rewrite exam, meaning it's a recertified exam. So out of 80 exams, I rewrote 8 exams, recertified 8 exams. This is a quite good insight. Now, I'm just trying to do a favor using LLM. I just wanted to know what are all the exams which are going to expire in the near future. First task is for the upcoming 3 months. I got these 2 results. Terraform and Vault is going to get expire soon. So I need to prepare for these exams. And then similar thing, I'm just tweaking the prompt with a single change. It's like instead of 3 months, it's going to be 6 months here. Same query, it is getting returned. It will provide me what are all the exams it's going to expire on upcoming 6 months. Databricks platform administrator got added. It is going to expire on 13th of December 2023, and again I am extending my prompt to 1 year. There is no much of a change in this specific context. So it is returning me all the set of exams. So lot of exams I need to recertify within the span of 1 year. Now, in the same alike context, I'm just trying to plot it based on the year. What are all the recertifications which are going to expire based on the year? In this, there are some certifications exams which are having non-expiry. So those certification exams are showing year as 3500. Again, I'm using LLM alone. I'm not at all writing any SQL here. Again, I'm using LLM alone to remove that specific record. Remove the record with the expiry year of 3500. When I did that, it removed the 3500 records, and then I'm doing the plotting using Plotly. So 2024 is the year on which I need to write 27 exams. It's a very high number. Let's see how it goes. Now, final question. It's again a very, very complicated question to answer. What are all the exams which are expired and not renewed? So now for this, my prompt is very big. Show me the exams which are expired and not recertified. Please note, same exam record will be available twice, one for older exam and other for the recertified exam. Again, I am talking about the expiry date field. It is a string variable. It is in the specific format. You need to cast the expiry date to apply the condition properly. Show me the certification name and the expiry date. Include past exams alone using the exam result. It's a bigger prompt because I need to provide the LLM with all the context. With this prompt, LLM is able to provide me with perfect results. All these 5 exams, it's like AWS Big Data Specialty, Alexa Skill Builder Specialty exams are expired. It's not at all available right now, so that I cannot rewrite these exams. And Databricks specific things like Delta Lake Essentials, Unified Data Analytics Fundamentals, and SQL Analyst Associate exams are no longer available to recertify. With this, now you can see the power of the LLMs, how it works, how the generative AI helps. Along with this English SDK for Apache Spark, it is very, very easy for you to do all your data analysis on top of the data which is stored in any format. So say for example, I took the CSV format. In any formats you can utilize this. This will save a lot of time for every one of us. Generative AI is a disruptive technology. There is no doubt about it. Everybody must have to know and understand how we can utilize the Gen AI for our day-to-day activities. Hope this video is useful for you. Please give thumbs up, do like, unlike, give comments. Please subscribe for my YouTube channel for similar videos. Thank you very much for watching.